Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Nutkin Farm. This is my first sunrise, the 2 days after having completed the purchase of this wonderful piece of nature. And I'm just enjoying the bird song out on the front balcony at the moment. It's certainly a rich variety of wildlife somewhere in there. And last night I wasn't woken up, but I heard a fair few bird noises and other noises of things going on. It's quite a change from Sydney, I can tell you. Now it's a cloudy day, probably only about 9 or 10 degrees at the moment. It is cold. Don't believe that the Northern Rivers is entirely tropical. It gets that way, but overnight, certainly in winter, my breath is frosting up. So yeah, I'm looking down towards the dam now, which is quite still, reasonably clear too. It hasn't had much rain in the last week or two, although it's forecast to rain today, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm planning to get on the quad bike and go around the place, hopefully meet the neighbours if I can, and see what there is to see. But just to give you a bit of a tour, I'm on the front balcony, as I said, and around the side here is where you can get a bit of a view of the business this farm does. Although there's plenty of garden and that sort of thing as well. A bit of a fire pit. And we come out here and yeah, up on the tree there, up on the hill there's some macadamia trees. They're not in the world's best nick. They've been farmed very conservatively over time, and I'll be doing what I can to sort of breathe some new life into those trees. There are some much more mature trees further down the property, and I'll be taking videos of those as we go. Looks like I've got some lemons on. Yeah, so this is the kind of place it is at. It's got some sort of hippie touches, like a bath set into the rockery there, where you can. Sounds like a good place to be in the summer. Yeah, you can come in via a mud room here, which any good farm has. You come in via the mud room rather than the front door, and scrape off your mud. So this has been done on my iPhone, but I've got a GoPro that I'm going to be putting on my head, I suspect, as I go around the farm on the quad bike. There's a lot to see. It's almost like I bought a national park. Even though it's only about 93 acres, it feels like a world to me. And I will show you some of it if you're interested in seeing. By all means, like and subscribe if you wish. I'm not out to have a huge fan base, only those who are interested, and I suspect that's mainly family and friends. But anyone who wishes to, feel free to come along for the ride. We've got ourselves a big day ahead, so I'll sign off now. Thanks for looking. All right.